Well, Rick Weiss says we are weeks behind our growing season after such a cold spring. In this week's Green Thumb, he shows us some early bloomers that will be the first to arrive each year.
Welcome to this week's Green Thumb segment with our buddy Rick Weiss, a green shirt as well. How about that?
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Now, it looks like, I know I've said this before, spring is finally here.
I hope so. I am tired of freezing my bloomers off. I'm just sick of it, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Our growing degree days way behind last year. We're not even going to talk about it. At least these bloomers are starting to kick it in now, our flowering trees. This is Prunus campanulata.
Ooh, a nice glass of Prunus campanulata, you'll be regular in no time.
No question about it. I think, wasn't it campanulata that your parents sent you to in the 3rd grade?
Oh, I burnt my marshmallows there every summer.
Explains a lot. Tell you what, though, with the cool, wet winter and spring that we've had, the deer are hungry. Let's go take a look. Derek, when it comes to deer-resistant plants, I just cannot imagine a garden without hellebores.
Yeah.
This plant is one of the earliest bloomers in the landscape and keeps right on blooming into the early summer months. And boy, when it comes to being distasteful to deer, it's not tonight, deer, not this one. And so those hellebores we looked at, or for example, this beauty right here, early bloomer Jack Frost brunera, also known as buglos, which comes from the Greek word ox tongue. And you can kind of imagine it. I don't know how often you've felt an ox's tongue.
No, never.
Okay, but very soft and hairy type foliage. Shaped like an ox's tongue, and that's why they call it that, obviously, but the deer find that very, very distasteful. Let's look at a few other perennials that are deer-resistant. Derek, here's another early blooming deer-resistant perennial called Dicentra, better known as bleeding hearts. Lockets of flowers that, well, their hearts are truly bleeding. One of the earliest bloomers out of the gate, Derek, pulmonaria, also known as lungwort. The early flowers, really beautiful. The foliage gives you interest all season long.
All right, Rick, who can forget this name? Hakanakloa.
Oh, I tell you, it rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Hakone grass from Japan. Ornamental grasses, very much so deer-resistant. And when it comes to early blooming, deer-resistant perennials, Derek, you know one of my favorites is Virginia.
Virginia, Commonwealth.
Yeah, you used to live there, didn't you? No, Virginia, early beautiful spring blooms and of course the great fall color, but again, distasteful to deer. So there are early blooming perennials that are deer-resistant,
there you go,
dearly departed, so to speak.
A lot of good choices. Thanks, Rick.
Thank you very much.